Okay, let me make sure I'm online. Okay. Hello, I'm Alex from A.P.Ink. So today I'm going to be working on a character from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So this is a reference for Bebop and Rocksteady. Um, I had to look this up before I started the stream, and now I forget the answer because I'm not sure which one is which. I think Bebop is the warthog, and Rocksteady is the rhino. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But this is my reference. That's your reference if you'd like to draw along with me. I've got a piece of sketchbook paper, a 4B pencil, some more supplies off to the side. But I'm not drawing both of these at the same time. I just found what I thought was a good reference, even though it's pixelated. I think I'll start with the rhino today. So grab your own supplies if you'd like to draw along with me, but I'm just gonna get into this. I don't know, maybe it's just because of how they drew the rhino, where he looks kind of fat. I'm thinking, even for their size, rhinos aren't necessarily fat. Like, to the point where he's got a belly and it looks like, um, kind of a double chin, even though he's got, um, like biceps. I don't know. I'm sure I'm thinking too much into this. I'm just thinking about looking up a reference for an actual rhino head, because I'm not sure how much artistic license they took with this character. I don't know. Again, probably just thinking way too far into this or deep, whatever. Um, if you've ever, I'm blowing out the mic. Let me turn this down. Um, but I I've seen clips of like bodybuilders and I don't know, they're kind of shaped the same way where some of them do have a bit of a belly, which um specifically I think there's an event in the Olympics um where contestants have to try to lift as much as they can with a bar. I don't know what that uh competition is called, but I, I probably shouldn't be saying anything because I don't really know what I'm talking about, but some of the build of these people is kind of surprising considering, they spend their time um lifting weights. I think for a lot of them, especially if they're in like the Olympics, it's like their job to like be fit. I am a little bit too far over on this side, but I was trying to make sure I had enough room for like the muzzle beak whatever area. I'm trying to break this down into shapes essentially. I don't know. Maybe it's just the way I'm reading this, like what it looks like to me. These look like ankle boots, but it looks like they're going halfway up his calf. Like, is it just me? Do you see it too? His thigh, his knee, like half his calf. Where's the rest of his calf? I believe, um, I think for like military boots, I don't know if anybody else, I haven't really looked into it, but I think military boots come in like knee length or like half calf length. But we're gonna try to give him his whole leg. I don't know, the way he's dressed though, the rhino, he does come across as somebody's dressed almost militarily with the cargo pants. I don't know. Maybe they're just clothes. Maybe I'm picking up something that's not there with it almost looking mir like it's inspired by military. Like not um like actual military, but almost like Rambo military. I don't know if that makes any sense. And of course, I'm way too close to the edge of the paper here. I want to give him kind of a bent knee, like maybe he's mid-action, but to actually make it look like that without making it look like his knee is broken or something. Try to position his foot a little, foot, lower leg a little bit differently here. Okay, maybe if I reposition the thigh too to kind of resemble the stance that the reference is in a bit more. So like one leg is and foot is aimed this way and the other one is kind of aimed towards the camera. Because this is kind of also dealing with foreshortening. So just in case you've never heard foreshortening. So if you were to stand in front of a mirror and like hold your whole arm like up straight towards the mirror, your forearm, like from your wrist to your wherever you're holding your arm up from, like your wrist to the elbow or your wrist to your shoulder, your entire arm looks shorter. That's foreshortening. But to give that look here without it looking like his leg, his thigh is like short, which I mean in a way it is, because again it's foreshortening. I think there would be to make this make sense. Like he looks like a big guy. So if this is like the main part of his lower half, like where his butt would be, and then this would be where his thigh connects to his groin area. And then from here, it would be a little bit of like, I guess, a bubble. So his butt area, his thigh. This is getting kind of muddy. But you can see this on yourself too. I think if you're, well, there's gonna be a bit of like a dimple, I guess, between where the butt cheek ends and where the thigh starts. But because it's more aimed at the camera, you'd still be able to see. I think I'm just putting it up too high, where the knee would be. And then, so butt, thigh, knee, calf, ankle, I think it's called a toe box in a shoe, where well, you can even see it here, that arch. Maybe you can see it. There's like an arch here where it would give room for the toes to sit and kind of wiggle. I think the bend in the knee gets kind of lost because of the angle that I'm trying to draw this. And I think if I put a bit more of a bend in the knee here, I can raise the bottom of this foot and get it a little bit further away from the bottom of the page. I think because of how full his body looks, his calves might be a bit more full as well. I'm not sure about this. About the dimensions of the body. A lot of this is gonna end up getting covered because of how baggy his pants are, where they get tucked in to the top of the boot, but to try to get the anatomy correct before the clothes are added, we're gonna say that his boots come up to about halfway on his calves, about halfway, a little more, a little less. Okay, to try to keep his arm on the paper, I'm gonna try to pull his arm forward. Try to put the pockets in for his cargo shorts. I know I gotta do his arm. Did I say cargo shorts or cargo pants? I meant cargo pants. Gonna make it look like this pocket is kind of like wrapping over the top of his thigh. I think I need to shorten it up some though. It actually looks like he's got a turtle shell on his belt for some reason. I'm not sure what that's about. I think I need to shorten his pecs. Try to put his shoulders and arms in. I'm still really close to the edge of the paper here. But I liked how it was coming out, and I didn't want to erase it. Sometimes if you erase it to move it over, you can't recreate what you've done. He's got 3 fingers, which... So, in, um, in real life, not cartoons, but like animals like elephants and rhinos, their foot is actually their toe. And I think they actually do only have like 2 or 3 toenails. I mean, just trying to think off the top of my head and not looking up a reference. I think maybe there's a bit more. No, I think their noses kind of come up, or beaks, muzzles, whatever, come up a bit more. Let me just look up a reference. Okay, so it's completely off. The horns are kind of on top of their head, so their nose area is really short. I don't know why I thought they had more of a nose area. It like that it actually came out like this. It's kind of too bad they didn't actually do that with the design. Instead of stretching out his nose. The way they drew their rhino, they kind of changed the entire composition of the head. But I think the way they've done this, I don't know, it's almost like it kind of comes up and then goes down. But it looks like the bottom, the chin kind of arcs a bit more too. Try and give some definition for where the eyebrows, I guess, are supposed to be. Okay, I know the warthog guy has a nose ring, but I thought one of them actually had like a hoop earring in their ear. I guess not, because I'm not seeing it in either character. So they gave both the rhino and the warthog an underbite, where the bottom teeth show up over the top jaw. Which I feel like it would be the other way. Or not at all. Just to look up what a real rhino looks like. You can't see their teeth at all. Which, I mean, given how big their mouth actually is, it's kind of not a surprise that you can't see their teeth. I don't know if you guys could actually see any of that. Look it up yourself, because I know trying to show references off my phone is not ideal for actually be able to see it without the glare from the or the reflection from the ring light. Sharpen my pencil really quick. So in the hierarchy, I guess, for which one came first, the original movies to the cartoon, I think the movie came first. I think that's I think that's where Bebop and Rocksteady were first kind of like introduced. I could be completely off on that. But I'm wondering wherever they were introduced first, if we were to see either of these guys from the back, if we'd be able to see their tails. So for their for his teeth. think I've gotten away from kind of the bobblehead look with this one, but I think I did the same thing with Leatherhead. I'm not sure how I would do this as a bobblehead. I don't know, I was gonna make one arm a bit more relaxed, but that kind of doesn't make any sense. try and create the palm. When all else fails, use your own hand or body as reference. Of course, my hand isn't nearly as big as this guy. Try to adjust some of the details a little bit, but I think that's closer than what I had it. I think I've got it too big, or I need to make this front hand bigger. He does have big hands. Or the... I don't know what the belts are called that cross his torso, but I need to add those in too. And I think because of the angle, this is kind of pulling foreshortening as well. So it's okay if this point doesn't look exactly the same as the shoulder part. Point doesn't look exactly the same as the point that attaches to his belt, because it kind of the same way with like a path. If you're drawing from perspective where the path, like a walkway, is kind of like going off into the distance, it would actually taper in as it goes towards the distance. Give him his grenade. It's kind of a egg shape, I think. I think I'll leave it there because I'm not sure what's on his hip. It does look like a turtle shell, but I'm not sure why. Okay, this took me longer than I thought it would. I think I want to let this sit until next time, see if there's anything I need to fix or change. Um, because I'm not sure about this leg. It looks weird, even with the foreshortening implied. I mean, I need to add the um puffy looking pants for where they're being tucked in to the pants. Okay. I tried to add the kind of um baggy look to the pants where they tuck into the boots, but I'm still gonna leave this one here and come back to it next time. If you'd like to see this one finished, please make sure that you're following me and that your notifications are turned on so that you're notified for the next time I go live. But other than that, thank you to anybody who watched or watches. Sorry, I had to fix that. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Bye.